Indrek, why precut?
I like to compare making a house with making a cake.
Cake.
Yes, a cake.
Hi, Andrea here for katus.eu. I'm sitting together with Indrek Kuldkepp, the owner of Avrame, and we are talking today about precut systems. Indrek, why precut?
I like to compare making a house with making a cake. You need a good recipe first, right?
Yeah.
That's a project. That's really a basis of a good house. And then you need ingredients, materials, you need some tools, you need some skills, and you need time, work time. From these four pieces, the cake is put together. It's the same with the house. If we are talking about the modular, it's like a pre-baked cake. You just add frosting and decoration.
You buy it in the shop.
Yes, most of it is done. If we are talking about element house, it's like dough mix is done. You do the baking, and the pre-cut, you just get ingredients in the right proportions with a good recipe, so you don't need so much skills. You need a little bit more time, but you save some money. Also, now forgetting about the cake and going to the house kit, it's much more compact. You can ship
For
it
transport.
for transport. Yes, modular house, you can put maybe 20 square meters on one transport unit.
Yes.
Elements house 30, 40,
30.
Yeah, maximum 40, depending on the wall thicknesses and many things. Pre-cut 100 square meters easily, maybe a little more.
So a small house you can ship entirely in one truck.
Yes, or one sea container.
Yeah.
And we are right now processing orders for Kingdom of Tonga and places like that. I've been in a business with element houses. I could never dream about locations like this.
Yeah. So you have a very nice product, and the fact that it's precut allows you to sell it worldwide.
Worldwide.
Basically.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's a big advantage, that if you find a house you like and it's made with a precut system, you can just buy it. It doesn't matter where you are.
Yes,
Yeah.
basically that's true. Plus you have the options to do parts of the work by yourself. If local authorities will give you a hard time as to change something during the building process, they say you need to add 50 millimeters of insulation. This is possible with precut.
Yeah.
With the modular, everything is done. You have to tear down the finishing.
So basically, you can be even more flexible in the design phase, because many things can be decided while you're building, right?
Yeah.
You put the shell up, and then inside you can finish it as you want.
Yes, exactly.
If you're building an element house, for example, you need to design everything before. So that's very strict as a process.
Well, also in element house you can change some things on site, but it's much
then it becomes expensive
and time consuming.
Yeah, of course.
You
have to undo and then redo if it's already in the element, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what about the size of the house? Because your product is all not big. I mean, there are small houses from 50 square meters to 100. How much is the biggest? 120?
121, these are the standard models, but ours can be extended lengthwise, and we are shipping in June one house to state of Minnesota, United States, and that's going to be around 150 square meters.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is also possible because of the precut system.
Yeah.
Basically, you can go as long as you want.
And you can connect two units. We have a project in the design phase for Swedish Lapland, where two of our biggest models are linked together with a gallery. So again, one possibility.
Can we talk about financing? One of the biggest problems there is with prefab houses is that the construction process is so fast that the bank cannot keep up with the payments. I explain better. If usually in construction is that you have the land, so you get some financing for, let's say, the first stage, which is building the foundation. Then the bank wants you to reevaluate the property, and they give you other money, and so on. Every stage you get more money. But with the prefab house, you have usually to pay big part up front. And then the house is up in 5 days, and it's not possible to make this reevaluation, so it's harder to get the money from the bank.
It really depends on the building location. For example, in the United States, they have staged construction loans. It's a special financial product because a lot of US houses are built in precut system. So they have a special financial products for that.
Yeah, well, that was exactly my point, that if you build with precut, you can stage it as you want. So if you need to keep up with the bank, you just make it slower, as the bank is requiring. Because if you do it with the elements, for example, you cannot make it slower. When the trucks arrive, they arrive, and you gotta pay for them, and the house is up very quick.
Theoretically, you can also make your order in stages. You can order the structure of the house and put it under the type of house wrap, then
you make it like weather tight, and then you
weather tight. Then you order the next batch of materials.
Yeah, this was exactly my point. That if you have like tight finance, you can calibrate your progress to the money you have. You don't need to build the house in 3 months. You can build the house in 2 years if you want. But if you use another prefab system, you really can't. Like you buy elements, the house is up very quickly.
Also, one advantage of the precut houses is that you can DIY the building process. I don't even mean that you have to build the house alone with your 2 hands, but you can hire some help and maybe have some relatives helping and so on. I'm coming back to this cake thing again, that if you're not really good with the baking, let's say you, Andre, are not very good with the baking, but if you have a very good recipe, you can still pop out a very nice chocolate cake or something.
Well, you can be the manager of the recipe of the baking, and then find somebody that can actually do the job. So you can hire 3 or 4 people, and they can build the house for you with the plan you have and with the guidelines you have, right?
Also, one reason why people are often afraid of DIY is they are afraid of making mistakes. So house is something really important in your life, and you don't want to risk with the fact that you still have to pay for it for 30 years, and in the 3rd year roof starts leaking or something. So again, this recipe, the project, the technical project, helps you to eliminate these risks. I've seen a lot of builds where the project is just 2 pages, just some elevations and cross sections, and then mistakes are made, and the unhappy house owner said, but the builder said this is the right thing to do. Which is actually not.
So basically, if you put together a precut system with a good set of instructions, you could actually build the house yourself. So important is not just the materials and the pieces, but also the instructions.
Exactly.
That's a great point.
A lot of people who can't afford much comfort in building, precut is just an opportunity, the possibility to reduce the cost, to put more of your effort.
And just start building the house that they always wanted.
And well, my philosophy has always been that house is actually a thing like a mobile phone or a shovel or a pen or whatever that should work for you, for the user, not vice versa. So if people build expensive houses which take a lot of utility cost and a lot of maintenance, they are creating a kind of modern slavery for themselves.
Yes.
They have to slave the house.
Yes.
And I want to offer.
So your philosophy is to make the house more affordable, so that you don't have to work for keeping the house alive, right?
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense. Do you have any last recommendation for people that are watching this video?
Yes, do your planning good. The planning of your house building, time-wise and finance-wise, because most of the problems are created from bad planning.
Yes.
And we're here to help you with the planning too.
That's great. So that is it for precut systems. If you have other questions, you can just write your question in the comment box below the video, and I'll see you the next. Ciao!